hey there, we're on Facebook. and,
Yes.
and we're going to talk about Operation Big Vote. And I would appreciate it very much. I'm Alcee Hastings, and I've taken off my congressional hat for this particular project because we have different goals. And the goals primarily are that we help to educate this community about voting. And we have here some experts that have been working with us in that regard. And Edwina, why don't you take it from there, introduce yourself, and we go right around.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Edwina Ward, your community friend, and so excited to be here to be able to share the importance of encouraging young people to come out and participate, get involved with Operation Big Vote. We have a lot of fun.
Okay. Hi, my name is Arlon Kennedy. I'm the operations manager for Operation Big Vote. Of course, as the Congressman has said, our primary mission is to enhance education and voter turnout in the black community. We're doing everything that we can to ensure that we have 100% voter participation in this upcoming election.
Diana?
Hi, I'm Diana Brown, and I'm the North Area Chair for Operation Big Vote. And like Alon said, our mission is to enhance voters' participation and education in our black community. And our vote is that 99.5% won't do. We need 100% of voter support.
How you come up with that? Romney said 47%. Now, I know we can't advocate for anybody, but those rules, I'm fascinated by those rules. I was in church yesterday in Boynton Beach with Reverend Cheney's 10th anniversary, and then after that, Diana, you and I were at Reverend Griffin Davis's church at Hilltop, and I said that while I cannot advocate for anybody, I heard that somebody said they voted for Rick Scott. And then that same person said, and they were going to vote for Mitt Romney. And what I said to him is, what you need to know is two wrongs don't make a right.
Absolutely.
So we can work it from that standpoint.
Right.
But more important, this is an important operation. Erlon, tell us a little bit about some of the things you've been doing and some of the things you're going to do between now and Election Day with early voting, absentee voting, and on Election Day itself.
Okay, our initial effort has been around educating voters. As everyone knows, the Florida ballot this year contains not only a slew of candidates for public office, but we also have 12 very important constitutional amendments. We have judges that are up for election. And quite frankly, a lot of people are confused. We've received phone calls in our office. We publish flyers as well as other information that we've given out to help educate and help voters to understand how to navigate these malaise of candidates and issues that they all need to understand. Speaking of which, there are, as I said, 12 amendments, and we want everyone to understand those amendments as they go out to the polls. Those amendments are going to affect our lives for the next 10 or 12 years if any of them are passed. So it's important, and this is part of the task that we've taken on, is to educate people, to help them to understand what the implications are for their lives. Not just reading the labels, but to understand them.
And also, it's important that we vote from the bottom to the top.
Exactly.
And
Absolutely.
the top to the bottom, because too many people go in the polls and vote at the top and don't handle the amendments, the
Absolutely.
retention of judges, both Supreme Court judges and 4th District Court of Appeal judges. Diana, up on the north end, what have you been doing? I know there are rallies that are involved, or there may be one coming up real soon.
Right. On the north end tonight, we're doing a rally at Hilltop Missionary Baptist Church, and that's basically voters' participation, educating the voters, getting them out, letting them know how it's important. We don't want you to think that just because you're one person, every vote counts. Like they were talking about, 500 votes might make the difference, and you don't want to be that one person that was part of that 500. So we want everybody.
537 in the year 2000, and all of them were right here in South Florida.
Absolutely.
And we are told that around the nation, 90 million people are talking about not voting. I know the four of us are not among that number,
Absolutely
and I
not.
hope the viewing audience is not as well. Edwina, where's the office, and what are the phone numbers that people can call in and give us assistance? And when is our next meeting, and what are you doing with these young people? This young lady went to the same university that I attended. She attended Fisk University and then interned with me in Washington as well.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I would say is the young people, we're encouraging you to come and to volunteer. We're on Sis Trump Boulevard at 1033 Sis Trump Boulevard, and we have phone calls that we're making. We're making flyers, and we're basically preparing for an event on November the 3rd. That's a big event. That's Step Up to the Polls. That's actually the very last day of early voting. So we're really trying to encourage the community to come out. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was saying, well, I'll just wait. The lines are long. And I'm like, look, please don't do that, because, we really need you to kind of get out there, stay on the lines, and go ahead and vote. So lots of energy. You really have to stay enthusiastic about this thing, because it's very critical. It's an election that will affect us, our generation, in years to come. So I highly encourage the colleges, the universities, Broward College, Nova, FAU, and all those that I may not have called, but I really want to encourage young people to really get out, because your vote does count. And I'm a proud person to say that your vote does count.
Right. On November the 3rd, the Step to the Polls is going to begin at Avenue Executive on 7th Avenue and 4th, close to Mount Hermon AME Church. And the walk is going to then go to the African American Research Library, where voting will go on, as well as there will be national surrogates that will be there. I might add, Republicans and Democrats are encouraged to come and step with us to the polls. And then we have the office of Bernadette Norris Weeks and Kathy Eggleston that have been spearheading this, but they have all sorts of supporters ranging all the way from the West Side Gazette back across. But where is Operation Big Vote? Where are the headquarters, and what is the telephone number, if you know it right off the top of your head?
Okay, yes. As Edwina pointed out, the headquarters is at 1033 Sis Trump Boulevard. The phone numbers that you can contact us are 954-272-6677 and also 954-203-5334. You can call either of those numbers. We'd be happy to give you any kind of information that you need about the voting process and about what's going on with this rally on the 3rd, as well as other events that are going on around the area that are designed to hype and get you excited about going to vote.
And our office is over Obama for America's headquarters on Cicero Boulevard in Cheryl Dickey's building. Am I correct?
Building. That is correct.
Okay.
And I also want to add that we have a Facebook page. So, of course, with our Facebook page, of course, we're recording for this. We encourage more folks to like the page, because once you like the page, then you'll be able to get information, updates every day. Now we're on the 3rd day of early voting, so we really want to encourage you to continue to join on and get involved.
Diana and I heard a dynamic minister yesterday from Chicago named Leroy Elliott, and he talked about Facebook. He said, and he also talked about jealousy. He said, sometimes I don't want nobody to be my friend. They unfriend me, but in this case, we want friends, and we want people that are working with us to make sure that we educate our community and that we turn out. Remember, early voting is going until November the 3rd. Election day, November the 6th. Please, everybody vote. Am I right, team?
Yes.
Operation Big
Vote.
Vote.
Yes, vote.
Operation Big Vote.
Vote.
Thank you so much.